Coming at you from the OLR podcast studio.
It's really more of a basement.
Coming to you from the OLR basement studio.
But it's still a podcast.
Coming to you from the podcast basement studio.
Yeah, but you still need to say OLR.
Coming to you from the OLR podcast basement studio.
Oh, that's way too many words.
Coming at you.
That's not enough. You still need to say OLR.
Let's just start. It's OLR.
Now we're on air, and I can say officially, welcome to the One Lane Road podcast, Lucas and DK.
I gave
Lucas,
you
Gene Hickman.
3 false starts.
That'd be 30 yards in the NFL.
30 yards.
Or 4, I don't know.
I'm just going to agree with you because I don't know. I don't know, kid.
How are you, buddy?
I'm good. I got a headache right now. You know why?
Face is killing me.
Yeah. This is what it is. You know why I got a headache right now? My little boy decided at 2:43 this morning he wasn't going back down to sleep. He was not going to lay in his crib and sleep. So he and Daddy went to the living room and laid in the chair until, I don't know, 5:45 this morning, something like that.
That is the best.
And then he got hungry, tried to start nursing Daddy's neck and arms and hands and just whatever, and what takes a pacifier.
Did you give him that tit?
I wouldn't. I said, just stop. I said, let me take you in here to Mama. Take him in here, laid him down beside of Mama. Said,
he needs a tit.
Just yours. I can't deal with the situation that has occurred. I'm going to sleep. So I slept for about 2 hours. And then my telephone went off. My alarm went off. And I jumped out of bed. And mind you, my telephone's at the head of the bed on the headboard. I jump up out of bed and run around it and run down the hallway trying to figure out what's going on with the cell phone. I get in the kitchen, I go, oh, wait, that was back there. So I turn around and make that run back down the hallway real quiet, trying not to wake anybody up that's awake at this, or that's asleep at this point. Turn the telephone back off. And then I've had a headache ever since.
Was the phone call important?
It wasn't even a phone call. It was my alarm going off. You know what shouldn't have been going off on Sunday?
Alarm.
An alarm.
That's what I was about to say.
Shouldn't have been on.
Psychopath thing to do.
It shouldn't have been on.
Okay.
Don't know why it was. I must have either set it or turned it back on last night or something. I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
I got in later Friday than I meant to, and went to bed about 1, and was up by a solid 5:55 yesterday morning.
Why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
Same thing today. We got in from a 8th grade celebration last night, and got in pretty late, 11 maybe, and 4:45 this morning. At some point, Lindsay got up and went to the couch. Bayless run through the house screaming. I don't know if he had a bad nightmare, whatever. Jack's over there with me. I didn't know it.
Right.
We got up. I tell you. Kids.
Yeah. See,
where's the program? Our bodies were up at 4:45 and 5 o'clock for no reason.
Yeah. Where I messed up, I could usually have handled the 2:43 in the morning, except for I stayed up till a little past midnight working on the garage, and then come back in the house and had to sit there and figure out why I didn't waste, but why I had forgotten so many boards. How did I miss so damn many boards when I was counting? How did I not get enough material? I put up every piece I got, and I've still got 2.5 walls that are uncovered. Can't figure out what I did. So I've got to sit there for 30 minutes trying to recount, go back in my mind and figure out why I did that. Finally figured it out. You know what a wall has? 2 sides. You know what I did? Not count the other one.
I was a smart guy with an engineering degree like you.
I don't know. Here's the thing. I don't think I'm that smart. And I prove it to myself constantly by doing shit like not counting both sides of the wall.
Well, you're not an architect. You're just an engineer.
That's true.
Different.
Engineer ought to be able to count, though. This one can't. Ought to be able to. You know how many times I went back over there to get more material because I didn't count right on this garage? Too many. Too many, buddy.
At least you get it knocked out. At least, materials didn't lay on the ground for 2 months before you even get started. Here it is a year later, and you're still not done with it.
Right.
I'm not bitter.
Now, that garage did do that.
Yeah.
Garage has done that. It did have material laying on the ground getting rained on for a long time.
Yeah, you had a goat problem.
Had a goat problem.
Not many people will get that.
Enough will. Enough will know.
Um,
I've had that rally cry all over town, so there's enough people knows about it.
I'm about to get, I'm not Leland Statham or anything. It don't have to be enough to figure out I'm about to get piss poor rate on. Because,
which wouldn't matter had you not
took my top off.
Took your top off.
But that top is ragged out. I am in the BA tracker today, as I am every Sunday here, because this is my Sunday ride. And but no, that top was ragged out when I bought it from my uncle. So like one that all the families can go ride in one day. I was like, man, the heck with this. I'm just going to rip the top off.
Take his top off.
And it stinks, man. It got rained in. It's not been rained in because ever since I keep a tarp on it. Right. And most people have car covers, not me. Not for the tracker. I got a tarp.
You know what a car cover is?
A tarp.
Kind of a tarp.
Damn right it is.
Just a tarp.
So I just got a little.
I ain't paying no extra for no.
No, I got Tractor Supply.
Yeah.
Tarp with the front tucked into the windshield wipers, and the back got 2x4s on it.
Damn right.
And the other day we went to Lafayette, and as every day I don't check this weather here. I just keep extra clothes.
Right.
I have some shorts and some jeans, long sleeve, short sleeves. It just depends.
Is it gonna be cold? I'll put a jacket on.
I don't know. In the morning,
is it going to be hot? I'll put on some shorts.
Down on the creek, it's always cold in the morning. No matter if it's going to be 90 that day, it's always a little chilly down in North Springs on the creek. So we were in Lafayette not very long, and it didn't rain over there.
Right.
And it piss poured rain in North Springs just enough to have some funky ass smell in the back of that tracker that I don't know. It's like a
raccoon shit, like wet raccoon shit smell.
I don't know how many times I've been exposed to wet raccoon shit. Yeah.
I would imagine that. What year is that vehicle?
It's an 01, but it's
not as old as I thought it would be.
No, it's not. It don't have any miles. I think it's a combination of like just wet seat, and my dogs had been back there in it one day. Maybe some dog hair had been left up in there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not doing a very promising job of trying to resell this thing if it ever gets listed. Am I?
2001 BA tracker, low mileage, comes with custom car cover and unique auto scent refresher.
Yeah, you don't need a new car. Tropical fruit.
Unique is what I would call it.
Yeah. It's a badass vehicle.
Yeah.
It's a BA tracker.
It says it in the name.
Yeah.
BA.
Yeah. So, but I'm about to get rained on.
Yeah, for sure. You're about to get that wet.
I checked it on the Nimrod just because I went, wow.
Is this going to happen? You looked it up.
Here's what my problem is, Lucas. When I say I never watch the weather, I never, ever, ever, ever watch the weather. So what happened is I watched people tell me all week how beautiful the weekend was going to be. The weekend to me is Saturday and Sunday.
Right.
It's not Saturday, then take our chances on Sunday. When you say it's going to be a beautiful weekend.
We're counting Sunday in there too.
I don't want you to say that.
If you're only counting one day.
And you think a man has been up since 5 a.m., might have, gandered outside once. I've been laying in my underwear watching the WWE Network.
Why wouldn't you?
So hard this morning because my whole house did sleep in after they all got up with that little episode. Lindsay was snoring on the couch. Bayless was in there on his bed. Jack got up for a little bit, watched a little Ric Flair 24/7 with me, went back to sleep. Did I watch Starrcade 87? Yeah, that's what I was watching when I left the house until I got
coming in rocking the Hogan Savage shirt too.
The nostalgia you don't care about, everybody else loves.
Do they really though?
This shirt, it was a hit.
I thought it was a old shirt. It's not.
It's brand new
because it says 20 on it. 2000.
Never mind the fact Randy Savage has been dead several years.
A long time.
But people love it. I put a picture of it. And I said, this is as political as I get. Everybody loved the shirt. Love the shirt. Thank God you got it. Right. It wasn't supposed to be too serious, but yeah. Nostalgia, Lucas.
Oh yeah, man.
I cussed you so hard Friday.
I don't get it, but
I cussed you so hard Friday night when I went. I was one of them. I was tired again from. I've been getting up. I've hit that old man stage. I used to work with an old man I loved to death from Sparta. He said, I had to get up 2 a.m. piss this morning. I just stayed up. You ain't hit that age yet where you just get up at 2 a.m. and piss and stay up. Thursday night, I woke up at 2 a.m., and I've been doing it a lot lately without the kids. I've just been getting up and pissing at 2. Sometimes you just roll over, have a half, half, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Can I say chub on this podcast?
I don't care
know.
what you say.
That's what I was aiming at. Man, I had half chub. It's one of those deals where like, damn, it's still 3 hours till my alarm goes off. Do I get up and piss and let this thing go away? No. Sometimes you just roll over on top of it and hope for the best it goes away.
Yeah, you kink the hose and just see what happens.
I watch TikTok for an hour, though. I don't want to look at I probably already looked at Facebook and Instagram enough before I went to bed like a 13-year-old girl. TikTok. TikTok.
So your 11-year-old girl did.
Yeah. So I was already tired at work all day Friday just looking for 3:30. Then Chris Raines texts me, "Hey, man, we're in the basement. Come down." And so I got to run by Lowe's, and I'll come hang out. So I sit around with Chris and Brad. We watched the Sturgill performance of. We might talk about it later. Sturgill played a show with the Ryman. To just his band, And we watched that, and Chris like, "Shit, here's what we need to get on right here, a little WWE Network." He's like, "How you navigate this thing?" And he was showing me different things. And we were talking. Well, we started talking. Because Chris and Brad are old school wrestling fans. Chris is still mad we didn't talk wrestling on his interview. And I said, "Lucas don't get it." And he goes, "Yeah, I've heard him say that. It blows my mind." I was like, "Yeah, Lucas used to come to my house when we were teenagers and watch the pay-per-view." And I said, "That's the era we're talking about." I said, "That's why I get so mad at Lucas." I said, "It ain't like I'm talking about Dolph Ziggler and The Miz." I said, "We're talking old school." He said, "I saw your Hogan and Savage shirt. It's badass."
Oof. You know the thing about where I don't have a nostalgic bone in my body? That goes for a lot of things, especially wrestling. I don't look back on wrestling with any kind of fondness, fond memories.
You watch it for 10 minutes today and you would.
If I watch it for 10 minutes today, then I was asleep for 9 minutes. That's just is what it is.
You and everybody else watching it today.
I won't be watching it.
Hey, after I watched the Ric Flair special today, it led into a match from Bash at the Beach, 94 Hulk Hogan's debut against Ric Flair and Hulk Hogan. And it entertained me so much to look back at that. I don't know why. I was 10 years old and having Shaq. It was in Orlando when Shaq was still with the Magic. They gave him, he was the guy giving the belt to the winner. I don't know.
I feel like that was one of those cultural phenomenons that happened in the 80s and 90s.
It had two boom periods, 80s and 90s.
And then it's stuck around because of the elevation that it got in those two periods. And it just wasn't anything that I grabbed onto.
Yeah, after that I agree. And
even then.
And I still watch. Even then you didn't
not to the point of oh, I'm going to follow this. You know how any other thing that you'll get maybe two, maybe 3 months on something and then it's gone. That's what I had with it.
Hey, you got to give them credit for lasting the
lasting. Oh, I don't hate on it for the fact that it's a very good business, been a very good business.
Duck Dynasty was top of the world.
Yeah, they're gone.
Anybody talk about them now?
Yeah.
No.
Other than Phil Robertson, other day it turned out he had another kid come out of nowhere.
So you don't look back at those days when we used to watch it at Cheryl's out here, and it's like, man, I remember when so and so happened.
No, I don't.
I know you don't. I know you don't. I knew the answer to that. It was rhetorical as shit when I asked that.
Yeah, I don't.
I get, but you are the minority on that.
I must be, and Chris, and I'm fully aware that a lot of people don't think like I do, or possibly anybody. But I don't have that bone in my body where I sit around at any point in time and think about the way things used to be. I don't do that.
I don't know that it's the way things. I don't think it's people that are hung up on the way that maybe it is.
Yeah, maybe not hung up.
But our dads will swear by Leonard Skinner and Marshall Tucker and stuff like that because they were exposed to them in the 70s when they came up. The 80s are always people in the 80s are going to swear by the 80s movies. They're so cheesy today.
Yeah. And maybe that's my dad. Maybe that's my dad thing. A thing about my dad, because the only time I ever remember him having said something about, "Hey, do you remember? Or this was really good. I really like this." As if it's come on. Like if we're riding in the car and some 1970s music comes on, he'll go, "Oh, this was really good. I've never heard him talk about it before. May not ever hear him talk about it again." But that's the only time. He just has the memory in that moment when it's jostled out of him, and then that's it.
And I think that's what people our age do with the 90s. It doesn't matter whether it's wrestling or baseball basketball, people still talk about, oh man, Ken Griffey Jr. swings the sweetest swinging baseball.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's correct, but also I think that's a product of being growing up in the 90s.
Right.
90s, how many 90s things have we had on here?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And that's one of our more successful episodes because everybody listening was raised the same era pretty much that we were. And the success off the Michael Jordan documentary. Everybody said not only Michael Jordan, how big Michael Jordan was, but everybody else loved looking back at Dennis Rodman, looking back at Gary Payton in that time period. Because that was their favorite time period. How many times you ever talked to somebody that said that they either A, haven't watched NASCAR since Dale Earnhardt died, B, has not watched the NBA since Michael Jordan retired, or C, has not watched pro wrestling since Stone Cold Steve Austin quit wrestling?
Did you ask me how many times have I heard anybody say that?
Yeah.
I've never heard anybody say that.
You're living under a rock.
I am. I do live under a rock.
That's literally when
I've never heard any of those things.
When you hear people talking about those three sports primarily, that's the things you hear. Stone Cold, Michael Jordan, and Dale Earnhardt. And that's the thing. So I think you look back at it and I grew up in that is the best. That's the best era because I grew up in it. And that's what people think,
that's for sure right.
Because that's why we give so much hate to all these new athletes.
You know what? Something that I also don't look back on with fondness is commercials. I don't watch commercials anymore because I've just got Netflix and Amazon Prime and stuff like that.
Commercial's a commercial, but not to some people.
But what I'm saying is I was somewhere this weekend and a guy goes, "Hey, have you seen that commercial? I really like that commercial with that guy that does this." He said, "Have you seen his new commercial?" I said, "No, man. I don't even know which one you're talking about." He goes, "It goes like this." And he was telling me about the commercial. I said, "I've not watched a commercial in so long that my son doesn't even know what a commercial is." He goes, "Oh, that's a great commercial." And I thought, man, I just don't have that thing.
No, well, commercials never. I don't remember commercials growing up. I mean, obviously you remember them, but there's nothing that stands out like that's the greatest commercial I've ever seen.
Right.
And I hate and I know I've covered this before, like around Super Bowl time, but I hate being at Super Bowl parties when commercials come on. And I mean, obviously there are some funny Super Bowl commercials every year.
But you know what the thing about watching them during the Super Bowl is? You're going to see them again. You don't have to watch them then. You'll see them later. My
problem with it is there's always at least 1 to 2 people at every Super Bowl party that laughs hysterically about a commercial that if they saw that on a random Wednesday night sitting home watching a Golden Girls rerun, they wouldn't give 2 thoughts to that commercial. But they're thinking, it's a Super Bowl and it's supposed to be funny and I'm here for the commercials. I'm going to laugh hysterically and bring a lot of attention to myself for that being the best commercial on this. And I hate that person every year. I don't have anybody particular in mind, but there's always that person.
Right.
I just watch the commercials.
I just got a text, by the way, from my wife that says, "It's about to rain. I saw Dustin doesn't have a top on his vehicle."
Yeah. Is she home already?
Apparently.
Yeah, tell her prayers going up for that. I mean, tell her I watched WWE Network in my underwear. I watched Midnight Express versus you don't have to go into full detail.
Yeah, I'm probably not going to say all that. I'm going to say, okay.
Yeah.
I hit her with the, okay.
Yeah. So, it's my fault. Maybe instead of just taking everybody's word on it's going to be a beautiful weekend, maybe look outside before.
I've got this real neat app on my phone. It says weather. It's from weather.com.
I actually had it deleted on my phone one time when I was out of storage. I think I've got it back.
It's a really neat thing. It'll tell you.
It tells you the weather currently?
Yeah. It'll tell you. It'll give you like an hour for hour thing.
It's not like a history lesson of.
It's a forecast. It's a weather forecast. Forecast.
Yeah, I don't have the weather app. I really don't. I really don't. I deleted it once because I was out of storage, and I've never reapplied it. But I did when I got on the Nimrod. It wasn't that dark at home. It really wasn't. Like I would have probably just.
No, that come in pretty quick. It changed. Yeah. It went from pretty nice to it's gonna rain.
Yeah.
It's going to rain.
I was on the Nimrod and I typed in Hermitage Springs weather. And here we are with 76% chance of rain. No, that's not 76. That's 76-degree weather. I don't know how much the temperature or the. Anyway, it's about to rain.
Yeah, it's going on.
Precipitation. Oh, yeah, here it is. 100%.
100% chance. Yeah.
That smell that I've been trying to air out is not going to go anywhere.
It's coming in hot today.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah. There's a 90, 80, 60% chance of storms over the course of the next 3 hours. So,
damn it.
There we go.
You got a tarp I can borrow?
Yeah.
You got a car cover out there?
Yeah, I've got a car cover.
I should have put
you
it
can park
on.
in the garage if you can pull the
I
trailer
should
out.
have. That's what we should have done. Oh, well. So, have you started Jiu Jitsu back?
Yes. Yes,
awesome.
I have.
I've been recognizing you on the...
I've started back Jiu Jitsu. You know what Jiu Jitsu is? Is the opposite of
social distancing.
Social distancing.
I wondered about that.
You're in the grill. You're in the grill.
I've been meeting you a lot on the road lately, coming home. And
I'm going to start taking private lessons this coming week, too.
Oh, wow.
Instead of group lessons. Well, I'm going to be taking group lessons also. I'm going to be taking private lessons, one-on-one. One-on-one guy.
What are you looking to achieve with that?
Get better at jiu-jitsu.
You got so much rust.
I do. I'm pretty damn rusty.
How winded were you the other
No,
day?
I wasn't. I wasn't winded. But I wasn't good either. In jiu-jitsu, it's not about, being strong, which,
pretty strong.
I'm not a weak guy, but if you're having to use all your muscles, you're doing it wrong. You're just doing it wrong. If you're having to all the time, you're not doing it right.
It's like the guy in the weight room.
Yeah. You're not doing it right if you're doing that. Yeah. That ain't the right way to do it. You know what I mean?
No, I don't.
So I'm gonna clean up my game a little bit. Clean up the game. I might try to enter a jiu-jitsu tournament. There's one coming up at the end of July.
You're not trying to be in it.
I might.
Oh, you're gonna be in July.
Yeah, end of July. Yeah.
Where's it at?
In Cookville. I don't know that I will, but I might try. Just kind of depends on how these classes go, how these one-on-ones go. If he tells me at the end of them, said, look, you're probably as good as what you're ever going to get right now, I'm probably just not going to do it. If he says, hey, you're getting better, but, you're still shit at this, probably just not going to do it. But if he says, you got some potential, that might be enough to say, I might get in it.
You just started this.
I might get in it.
You just started this as something new to do. And just a hobby. For your health, not really health, but fitness.
Right.
But also just as a hobby.
Yeah.
Just get you out of the house for a little bit and associate with people.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe you will. Maybe you'll pick up on it quicker. Maybe you go.
Maybe, I've been going for now on and off for 15 months, since last March, 15 months.
That's a while.
But we've had COVID in there, so that took like a 3-month break. I had a child in there, so I took like a 2 or 3 months break in there.
Gaps.
A lot of gaps in there. So, I probably, I'd say it's 6 months, probably got 9 months worth of experience for a couple times a week. And, and there was other times that I had to skip weeks because of work and this and that. So I might have, over the course of 15 months, I might have like 6 good months in there. So I think if you look at it from that perspective, I did all right.
Yeah.
I'm doing all right.
I'm probably going to get together a bunch of listeners and wear our brand new One Lane Road podcast shirts and come support hanging from the rafters.
That would be cool. If I get to go, just a little cheering section. What's going to be really disappointing is when I lose. I'm going to lose real fast.
Well,
Yeah. And y'all have to go, oof.
Well, just don't lose.
Yeah, that would be the thing. That would be the thing.
Don't lose.
I was in my 30s before I realized that basketball, I might have said this, that basketball wasn't, the point of the game is about winning. It's not just about being a good sport. So winning, the thought of going to something and winning is a recent development for me. So I wouldn't make any promises that I might win. Because it's pretty recent that I realized that sports are about winning the game instead of.
Yeah.
I was sitting at.
Saying Herman Springs didn't have a winning culture?
I'm saying that I didn't. We didn't down there either, but I didn't. I was sitting at North Springs at that stop sign getting ready to pull out there at the old Lynn's Market.
Yeah.
And I don't know why that morning I was sitting there and I went, I've always thought that it's not about winning or losing, it's how you play the game. Was the point of the game.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not realistically. The point of the game is to win, and it's good to be a good sport while you play it. That's really the way it should have been said. Because I took it too literally. You know, I'm a pretty literal guy. I took it too literally that I wasn't supposed to be trying to win. I was just supposed to be trying to play fair.
And it just hit you driving down the road?
It hit me at that stop sign in North Springs, sitting in front of Lynn's Market one morning, driving to work. I was 32 years old. I was 32 years old sitting there and going, you know, I've always thought that the point was how you played the game. It wasn't about winning or losing. Because that's the way it was told to me, and I'm so literal that that's how I understood it. But really, the point is to win. You know, you play the game to win or lose, right? And you shouldn't be trying to lose. You should be trying to win. But you should also be, you know, playing fair and being a good sport while you do it. And I feel like somebody should have explained it to me that way at some point instead of the other way.
Yeah.
But, you know.
You teach a kid, like a little kid. You teach a kid younger about sportsmanship and all that, you know, and hope it's ingrained in them enough. But then by the time you get to high school, that's why so many kids don't like high school ball, because the parents and the coaches just take the fun of.
I don't think they
Hold on. I'll tell you something you ain't heard in a while. They suck it. They suck it right out.
Yeah.
They suck the fun.
You know, maybe they shouldn't have to. If somebody had told those kids the point of the game is to try to win it, but you should also be playing fairly while you do it. You know?
And I didn't know you struggled so much.
I didn't struggle with it. I didn't know I should be struggling with it.
You're struggling with it now.
I am now.
That's what I mean.
Because I'm 32. Or I'm 35 now, but I was 32 at that point.
You've been carrying 3 years of weight on you that I don't know. I didn't know that I was just supposed to accept losing.
Yeah.
Good game, man.
Yeah, I was
you were that guy, weren't you?
For sure.
Better luck next time.
Yeah, you know, we played hard. Good job, guys.
We'll get them next time.
I was always happy. I wasn't happy that we lost, but it never hurt my feelings that we lost because we played the game well.
You didn't know.
I didn't know.
You tried.
I tried.
Tried your best. Oh, man.
Hey, I'm not as smart as what people think I am. You know.
Oh, I want to ask you something.
Ask me.
Do you if Camden
about like this?
This is several weeks in a row you've referenced.
I don't know why I keep doing it. And I apologize.
Most time when a man's doing that number right there, just lies about it or is humble about it.
Yeah,
you're just like, nah.
I have been. See, scoot back and think about the thing I just said. I just realized I'm supposed to be winning.
Yeah, yeah. You got a heads up.
I didn't know. Anyway, what was you gonna say?
You didn't know everybody was so fortunate, did you?
I didn't know.
You just thought everybody was built like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
It's not about whether you win or lose. It's about how you played the game.
You can play the game with something like that.
You can.
You can play.
Home run.
You don't have to worry. You don't have to do as much stretching and everything else. We got that. Just go for it.
Foul ball.
Yeah.
Swing again. Anyway, what was you gonna say?
You go as far as you want to go.
As deep as you far deep in the outfield.
There's no coming back from that one. And if you don't know what we're talking about, you're an idiot.
Deep center.
Tripod here. Anyway,
I'm
talking about the camera tripod that you still have in the middle of our
over here.
room. That we don't use. How often do you let Camden get toys when you go to anywhere?
Not every time. I can't do it every time.
Does he ask every time?
Yeah. I've also you can't let him see like a magazine that's got something on it, or if he sees an ad on the telephone or something. Hey, I want this. And I've told him, hey, we don't ask for things all the time. We don't ask for that. And as soon as he starts saying it, I say, hey, are we supposed to be asking for things? He'll say no, and then he'll just drop it.
Yeah, well, it's good.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. You know who's not wired like that?
Who?
Bayless.
Oh, okay.
You know that was coming.
I did. I knew. I don't know why.
Waylon's good, actually. Like Waylon's friends are getting like $100 on PlayStation or $50. He'll legit ask me, because even though his phone is tied up to my account for iTunes and stuff, or for Apple, he'll say, he'll text me late at night. He's like, "Can I have $9 for Madden?" And if he hadn't asked me in a while or something, it's $9. Of course, $9 adds up.
Oh yeah,
obviously, but I mean, for as little troubles he gives us and as much as he helps us do stuff, I don't care to give him $9 if that's what he wants to use his PlayStation. Use his money for his PlayStation cards or whatever. I don't think he's wasting it. See, well, not to get too far off topic, but video games aren't like they were.
I was about to ask, why do you have to have money in the middle of a game now?
Right, because I don't get all of it, and we're not game. I've never been a serious gamer, neither of you. Well, we've both played plenty of video games, but pretty limited on what we played. And
the way I played them is you buy the game and your spending money is over. Yeah, apparently it's not like that now.
It's because the games. It's not like the systems have went down.
Right,
they're only going up. The games are only going up. But then, like in NBA 2K, you get these VCs, which is virtual coins, I think, or something. Of course, it's the only thing I can think it stands for. VCs, what the kids call it. So, he's like, I got to have something for my team. I'm like, what team are you playing with? No, my team. He's like, it's a built team, and they have lower ratings. Then they go up, and you spend your VC and build your team to be unstoppable. I'm like, whatever happened? Just
picking the
Bulls versus the Knicks and rolling with it.
Yeah,
I was like, do you actually ever play with the current teams? The NBA 2K, they have a lot of cool options. You can play with the 01 Lakers versus the 91 Bulls, or the 72 Lakers versus the 86 Celtics, or whatever. They have the all-time teams, which is cool. But I don't think these kids do that.
Well, you remember how you used to have to wait for your brother, or in your case, your sister, to come in the room and play a game with you too? You don't have to do that anymore, is it?
True. Yeah. That's true. The one time I can think of my sister being in the video game with me, and I've told this before probably, but she was playing the original Nintendo, and she wouldn't. I said, "Sis, let me have a turn." She goes, when I die," and when she died, and she had like 175 extra men, and they didn't have, you didn't save as you went, or you didn't have memory cards. So when you hit that power button, it was over.
Yeah, it's game over.
She kept saying, "I died," or I said, "You died." She's like, "Well, hold on," and she kept on, and I was like, "Okay, well." I'm eating my ABCs and 1, 2, 3s on the kitchen table, same kitchen table I still own to this day. And I hit the power button. I said, "You died."
Yeah, it's game over now.
She took a scalding ass hot bowl of ABCs and 1, 2, 3s and dumped them over my head.
Why not?
Had a 4 running down my earlobe.
Yeah, I had an O in your ear.
Mama beat the brakes off that girl.
Oh, yeah.
Mama come up off that couch. God damn it!
That was hot!
And beat the hell out of her. Really. I mean,
kids don't get those anymore.
No, they need them.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so yeah, Waylon, I'll give him $9, $10, $12 on PlayStation every now and then. He don't ask for much.
Right.
Now, if the big idiot keeps breaking cell phones, then I'm gonna beat his ass.
Yeah. How's he breaking cell phones?
Okay, the other night he come down about a month ago, maybe longer. Everything's longer than you'd realize. Probably 2 months ago. I hear him go, "God, stupid." Like, he has a whole personal battle upstairs with himself, even though he's playing computer. Most of the time he's playing against his buddies. He'll say, the common things I hear out of his room: "Stupid, dumb, hell, get a rebound, box out." I'll bet you're controlling it.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's called my bitch. Yeah. But anyway, so I'll just be like, "Waylon, it's about enough." And sometimes I walk up and be like, what trophy are we getting? What trophy are we getting for this? And Cucumber's going to hear this, like, really?
Yeah, I was just thinking of the times that I've come in and seen you and Cucumber playing video game.
Yeah, so hypocrite much. But anyway, so I'll say, what are we winning? We winning money off of this and all this. And so I hear something smack, like, bam. Like, okay. I said, what are you doing up there? He comes down, goes straight to Lindsay. He don't even fool with me. His phone's cracked. I said, having a stupid temper, playing video games, you've cracked your phone. I didn't. I smacked my chair, and the phone fell on the floor. I said, "You guys think I'm some idiot." I said, "You threw your phone." I didn't throw my phone. I smacked the stool, and the phone fell off on the floor. I was like, it fell on carpet from 2 feet
and broke
and cracked. Come on, Waylon. So he ended up using his mom's extra cell phone. Didn't get out anything. Then we go to the 8th grade graduation celebration. They didn't have a graduation for whatever reason, but we know the reason. But High school had one. We couldn't do one the day before and the day after. Anyway, he jumps in the pool at this celebration, at this cookout last night.
Phone in your pocket.
I said, somebody slide your phone in your pocket that you didn't remember. First thing I said was like, did you get pushed in? No, I jumped in. Somebody sneak your own phone in your own pocket? How you don't know your own phone's in your own pocket? I said, you got to be the dumbest smart kid I know. I said, come on, man. I said, really? And somebody says, well, I hope you got $700. No, it's actually just $250. I said, see, I ain't trying to hear that.
Yeah. I said, just $250.
Yeah, it's gonna be $250 your own damn money.
Yeah,
guarantee you that.
Oh yeah.
And I said, if something would happen and I'd have done it, I'd have paid you for your phone. I said, you better believe
you're paying for it.
So I said all this stuff about him only asked me $9, but he's destroyed 2 cell phones in the last 2 months. But anyway, Bayless the other day asked for something. I don't care if it's the dollar store. It's the worst toys that he'll forget about in 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Walmart especially. We're down here at the dollar store the other day. I'm having a nice little conversation with Richard Franklin outside.
Mm-hmm.
Lindsay comes out and says, and it's like the exorcist is taking over her body. It's like a different voice and everything. Take this kid! In front of God and everybody and meth heads circled around. And I said, Lindsay, don't you Lindsay me. Take him. I've had enough. I've already wore him out in here. I said, Bayless, why? Why do you want to do this? Why do you have to do this? Stop! Stop! I said, no, see, I ain't the one. I said, I ain't enough meth heads right here not to keep in this parking lot staring at me to keep you from getting spanked.
Uh-huh.
And I said, no, don't you get tired of getting spanked, son? Don't you get tired of it? Just stop.
Mm-hmm.
Act like somebody. The woman that cuts his hair in Gainesville said, that Bayless just the sweetest baby ever had been. I said, he is, Alicia, but really,
but really he's not.
I said, when he wakes up in the morning, you just need to spank him.
Just as soon as he wakes up.
Get out of the way.
Yeah, because it's happening. It's going to happen.
So he hits us up all the time. I'm at Lowe's the other day. We're at Lowe's. He's walked around. It ain't like he hit me up first thing.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going down the aisle. He's like, Daddy, can I have something? We're at Lowe's. Well, you need a fucking ceiling fan? Circular saw? Is that what you're needing, son? Have you looked around? What do you need from here?
Mm-hmm.
I want a toy. This is Lowe's.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have toys. Need some OSB board? Need a 2x4?
pack of screws? Maybe some electrical outlets. What are we getting here?
You need a new grill, son? Shut up. You're wearing me out. Stop it.
Let me tell you about Camden. What Camden does. Camden was at the dollar store probably 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago. When he was there, he saw a Hulk action figure.
Just legit.
Yeah, and he didn't get it, and he waited about a week, and he said, "Mama, you remember that Hulk action figure that's down at the dollar store? You think we could go get that?" She said, yeah, next time we're down there, that'll be fine. He said, okay. And he waited. And then it had been a while and nobody's taking him to the store. And he said, hey, Mama, you remember that action figure of the Hulk down there? You think we could go down there this weekend, maybe pick it up? She said, yeah. And then life happens and we don't go to the dollar store for anything, right?
Yeah.
So he comes to Dad and says, hey, Dad, down at the store, there's this Hulk action figure. You think that we could go down there at some point in time and get it? And I said, you got that right. You right. We can go get that. We'll go do it after you take your nap. A thumbs up.
Yeah.
Takes a nap. And he woke up and he goes, boy, I had a good nap. You think we could go get that action figure of Hulk down there at the store? Said, yeah. So we go down there and he walks around. He goes, well, it's not over here. And he looks around. He said, some other little boy must have wanted it and come got it. And I said, man, hold on. I walk around. I find somebody. I said, the Hulk action figure. There's got to be one down here somewhere. This little boy's had it on his mind for 3 weeks. And Camden's walking around, and the guy goes, oh, no, I know right where they're at. They're right back here. Comes back, they're on top shelf, grabs one. Camden goes, oh, goody. And he said, thank you, man. Or, sir, thank you, sir. And then we walked out, and he set it on the counter. He said, Hulk action figure to the guy that's checking it. He goes, Hulk action figure. And I said, yep. Hulk action figure, buddy. $9. Here you go. Let's have it. Let's go home. It's been sleeping with it ever since.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Oh, goody, he said.
Oh, God.
Oh, goody.
It's about to come down.
That's thunder, dude.
Jesus.
You're going to be wet, dude.
I'm not even going to. I was going to deliver podcast shirts after I left here.
I don't think you ought to.
I put them in your car, or put them in your truck just to keep them dry. Sorry, George, Janelin. I don't know. I got 5 out there.
And what are you gonna? How are you gonna get home if it's gonna be raining for the next 3 hours?
Probably just gonna stay here with Jindella.
Yeah.
Damn it. I mean, I can drive. I got windshield wipers. I got a hood. I got a roof over the top of my head.
Look out the window there and see if it's raining.
I don't want to. I think it's thundering.
Yeah.
Probably gonna come with rain.
You're gonna be wet, dude.
Man, we gotta do something about our kid. I can't be talking about mine being a juvenile delinquent. You talking about oh goody.
Yeah.
I just
he says, oh goody. You'll eat for him, or eat for him. You'll cook for him. Yeah. He'll ask you for something, and you cannot be good at cooking it, and he'll go, "That's delicious."
That's good.
He's a sweet little boy.
Well, Bayless he does have his moments.
Right.
I know people sit there and think,
right.
I'm just awful. I mean, he's got a lot.
Uh-huh.
He's very whew. But boy, he'll just come up, be the sweetest kid ever had been. About
that age. Else. That age is so sweet, ain't it?
It can be.
Yeah.
It can be. Yeah. He's just more needy than other kids.
Right.
What happened?
Did you pull your thing out again?
No.
Did I pull it out?
You moved. Yeah. There you go.
There you go.
You're the one. Yeah. You moved.
I pulled it out.
Yeah. He just needier than other kids.
Yeah.
That's all it is. He just
Why?
Needs more attention.
He's that middle kid.
That's what they say.
Yeah. That's what I was.
I work with a kid right now. It's a really good kid. They've given me a temporary. He just graduated tech. And won't let you be negative.
Right.
He is the most positive person I've ever met in my life. Man.
Reminds you of a young Josh, a young cucumber.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. I don't know. He there's some differences in personality there, but yeah, very very positive. I was like, he don't know what he walked into sometimes when we're behind, when we're out of parts.
Right.
And I've got to get this, and this out today. But yeah, we don't have the parts, or we're lacking this or that. And I'm just like, and I'm not a negative. I'm trying to be really negative at work either, because it just drags you down.
Oh,
worse
yeah.
than what it is.
Yeah.
I've had a couple spells, but it just kind of puts it in perspective. This kid just fresh into the world. Just graduated school, and he's young and married, and man, he's just the naiveness of a 22-year-old.
Oh yeah,
still,
yeah.
Just it. And I laughed the other day because I had one of those. Basically, was there ever TV black and white? Was there power when you were little? And,
yeah.
He said something, and I love cornhole. I love playing cornhole. Me and my wife. I got boards out in my truck right now.
Yeah.
We love it. We play. I was like, oh yeah, cornhole's a pretty fun game. Did you play a lot growing up? I thought, man, I'm 36. And then it hit me. I was like, actually, we didn't have cornhole.
Yeah, cornhole wasn't around when we were growing up.
So that was the first.
Yeah.
Damn, son.
He probably been playing since he was born.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
But when we were 6, 7,
I remember
15.
playing cornhole for the first time in like 2007.
Yeah, I was like, oh yeah.
So that was 13 years ago. So he would have been 9.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's probably played since he can remember.
Yeah.
I mean, since he was. So that was my first. I think that's my first ever like real moment of going, dang, I'm old.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I said, no, Jacob, I didn't play when I was growing up.
Yeah. It wasn't around then.
I played in the dirt.
Yeah.
I played in the dirt with my Tonka truck.
Yeah, we got in the old. There used to be these things. They looked like great big turtles that were plastic that you put sand in, and you had a lid that went over them, looked like a shell, and that was your sandbox. We had a sandbox that we played in when we were little, and it had the lid so that there wasn't cat shit in the sand whenever you got in it. Just trying to keep worms out when we were young. We didn't have cornhole bags.
I felt it.
Yeah,
that was my first maybe.
There's one of those kids at Jiu Jitsu. He's still in college, Just the absolute nicest, big bright smile comes up to you.
Yeah,
bright eyes.
No worries in the world.
Shaking your hand, and he don't give you that. He don't give you that limp handshake.
Oh, I hate
Gives you a
that.
nice firm handshake, two-handed, wraps you in, brings you in. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Gives you that one and claps the backside so that you know he's right there with you the whole time.
That's
Just
good.
the nicest kid. And I hadn't seen him in, like everybody else that's there. I hadn't seen him in months. And walked right up, remembered who I was, just happy as he could be.
Good for that
I
kid.
thought, life has not hit you in the dick yet, buddy. It's gonna come in, punch you right in the dick one of these days.
Not to be
I hope
cynical, not to be cynical here, pessimistic, but kid, you ain't seen shit yet.
Yeah, I thought, boy, I hope you can hold on to this. I hope this thing that you are right now, you can hold on to it.
So, but everything has opened up. Like going back to Lowe's, like and seeing after I've seen, he's one of those kids that's like, I say something to him, and he's like, it's just so nice. He'll say, what are you doing this evening? So I got to go by Lowe's. I'm working on a little man cave, for lack of better terms.
Mm.
That's great to hear. That's great to hear that you're working on a man cave. That'll be really delightful when you get done. And everything. I'll say, yeah, man, it's great. And things that we don't think about, we're just, life is going so fast for us, with kids and everything. And he'll say, what do you have for supper last night? Did you have a nice dinner? Wife cooked spaghetti, which is a win for me because a lot of my house doesn't like spaghetti. So I ate mounds of it. I ate for 2 days after work, afterwards, because nobody in my house likes spaghetti like I do. That's incredible to hear. I'm really glad you had a nice dinner last night. And I'm like, dude, man, it's just supper.
Are you for real?
Yeah.
Are you a real person?
Such a nice kid.
Yeah.
Man. It's like I leave there every day questioning my morals.
Yeah. You walk out and go, what decisions did I make that pulled me so far away from realizing how incredible it was that I had that spaghetti last night? It was incredible that I had it, and it took this kid to do it, and then that's the point in time you think, I'm going to have to ruin this kid's life for him so that he understands just where he's at. I'm going to have to take this kid out and fill him full of debauchery and let life pick away at him a little bit.
Hey, and he. Well, and we're not. I refuse to talk about everything that's going on in the world. We all live with it. We all live with it.
Yeah.
We all see it every day. We're sick of seeing all the craziness. We had that tongue-in-cheek commercial 2 years ago that said, "We're an hour and a half of your life that we want you to enjoy."
Yeah,
and I'll be damned if we're wasting it talking about all the craziness of
the world,
of everybody that God knows can't. I wouldn't mind to get into it a little bit, but not today.
Yeah,
not today. So it's refreshing to. I mean, most of the time, I'll be honest with you, something that positive would be like, all right, dude.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. Settle down.
Settle down.
Yeah.
But like, you know what? Good on him because it's a little refreshing. To be honest with you,
I would like a little bit of that in the day. I would probably ruin it. I would probably ruin it myself.
Yeah. And he doesn't understand. Like
I couldn't handle it.
Well, yeah. When something comes up. When something comes up in the news and I'm just like wanting to get on a soapbox, and I'm not political or anything, but like it's like he just doesn't know. He doesn't know that LeBron James is a blooming idiot.
Right.
He does not. He's not old enough to know that you can.
He's not old enough to know that whenever LeBron James is talking about Drew Brees shouldn't have said something like that, and then LeBron James took it upon himself to just discount the entire protest that the Chinese people were going through.
Yeah. I seen something the other day. A tweet. Here we are. Just started on it, but basically he's wanting unity, but he's ultimately it's nothing but division. Is what LeBron James is. He don't know the platform that he's on, that he has, and all these young athletes and young people that look up to him. Instead of trying to find something for the whole world, everybody wants unity, but do they?
Right.
But do they?
Right.
When you use a term like "my people," when nobody like us would say "my people" because who talks like that?
Right.
But then you get LeBron.
Yeah.
That's not unity. It's just more division, and you have such a platform that it can't be both ways.
Right.
Nobody of
that's exactly right. It can't be both ways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the double standards, is amazing. Nobody's
going to get it right now either.
No, yeah, and look, I'm all for what the ultimate goal is.
Yeah, right.
If that's the ultimate goal.
Well, and it is, and I believe a lot of people are trying to do the right thing, and there's always going to be idiots that get in the middle of it.
Yeah, and I just don't know that he's educated enough to
be the one.
When you just had this little thing with China,
Malcolm, the LeBron James shut the hell up because I mean he just stuck his foot in his mouth with the China thing, just done it. But Malcolm Jenkins, everybody should have listened to him. Drew Brees' teammate.
Yeah. Everybody
should have listened to him, and that should have been enough on Drew Brees. And then Drew Brees said, "Oh, I see where I was wrong. My bad. I apologize for the thing that I did." But that wasn't his intention anyway. He just I don't want to say he misspoke, but he wasn't thinking it through before he said it.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Drew Brees just give $5 million to the city of New Orleans.
He's done so much.
He's done so much. Everything.
Yeah.
He's done
so much. Drew Brees his record will show how impactful he's been.
And you got people in New Orleans going F Drew Brees.
Yeah.
And, then you got other people who are tweeting Michael Thomas, is the top receiver at the Saints. He put the sick emoji, with the green face.
Uh-huh.
He was sick after Drew Brees said that. And they're somebody posted a video it don't matter how many balls that man throw you. You know where his heart at now and all this.
Yeah.
Really? Drew Brees?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, come on, just anyway, it's just we all want we all want everybody to be equal. I mean,
and to get along.
It's not 1960. For God's sakes, nobody.
Who wants? That's the thing that I don't get. And again, it goes back to we just don't see it here as much. But who in the hell wants to see anybody get denigrated and rallied against and any of that stuff? Nobody wants that.
It's mind-boggling to me. The man shouldn't have died. The man was a known career criminal, but he doesn't die.
But none of the things that he had done were, carry a life sentence,
right? Or deserving of death, and we all can agree on that.
Yeah,
and
and if you've got somebody in any kind of chokehold for 8 minutes and 46 seconds,
a little excessive.
Well, I can put you in any chokehold in 8 minutes 46 seconds. Game over.
Yeah. It's just I hate the way the media spins things, and like I said, you get LeBron, who I think LeBron's intentions are probably
good, right? They're probably good, and he's probably got it the right thing, and his heart's probably in the right place at this point. But be consistent. At the very least, be consistent.
Yeah,
it can't just be important when it's important for you.
He's got that group of people that are wanting to make sure blacks don't lose their vote. I've never once heard somebody try and take their vote away.
When was it in? When was that even part of the conversation to take away?
It hit the other day, and I was like, "What? I never even heard that. Nobody's trying to keep anybody from the polls." I just wished, like I said, it's crazy because you would think this would be prime area 101 where racism would exist, but we didn't grow up around it.
Yeah, I don't get it.
We didn't grow up around it, and I still remember this day a conversation my mom had with me and said, "Yeah, you're not exposed to a lot of black people around here, but there are good black people, just like there's good white people, and there's bad." And I just wasn't taught that.
Yeah.
I wasn't taught that, and we've talked several times. No, we make fun of different things on here, but our favorite culture, like you said 100 times on here, that culture hit so culturally. It was accepted more when we were teenagers. We all had Tupac records and Biggie records, and think about the movies we watched. Friday, next Friday, all these.
I could walk around singing Petey Pablo at 16.
Yeah, I mean, it's dork. You look back and you're making fun of yourself for doing it, but because we're from such a redneck town, but we're all. There's just no sense in it. And I don't want to be that guy that says I have a black friend, but literally. My best friend at the company I've worked for the last 16 years, my absolute best friend. I've had two best friends there, and one of them no longer works there. And he's a black man.
Right.
We don't talk. And well, I'll tell you what, we do talk race because we make fun of each other,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the era we grew up in, where
you bust each other's balls about it.
You know, he's older than me. He's 8 or 9 years older than me, but we'll always say he bought a vehicle, up in Haydenburg, up in. And I said, well, I had to come up here and take care of my black friend, and it's just, and we think it's funny. And he's married to a white woman, and I tell you how much I care about that. We came down here in the heart of Hermit Springs the other night and ate.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like, and I know that's exactly what I'm saying. Like, oh, he's saying he's got one black friend. Nah, but it shouldn't matter, and it doesn't matter because I love the guy.
Mm-hmm. And I've just, I don't know. We're not going to solve anything, and I don't know if we're completely qualified to have this conversation or not. But
we're not. But we don't,
or whether we should or not right now, because sometimes it's better just to listen.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I agree. I hope everybody's heart's in the right way. But when they use terms like that and they push an issue, and it's worse at other places, obviously. In big cities, it
must be.
Yeah, I just feel like when people that maybe aren't educated enough or qualified to say it, but they have a platform and they say it, it ultimately brings more division than it does unity. And like I said, the media spins it, and people,
that media thing
it'll eat you alive.
That media, the media not being about news anymore and being partisan along political lines. That's really bad for the United States.
Yeah,
that's really bad for the United States.
It's a cancer, and I just and it hurts me to see that. Like, there was a girl here from here who's married to a black guy another guy who I think the world of. There was one time somebody dropped an N-bomb on him, and it shocked me so much, and I didn't defend him.
Right.
And you wouldn't believe how many times I've
thought about that.
I thought about that because he looked at me and said, "Damn, I really thought you'd take up for me." No, I kicked the guy out.
Right.
I said, "Man, we ain't gonna have that shit here."
Yeah.
But I didn't maybe address it enough, and that was 7 and 8 years ago. And he's like, "Damn, I really thought you." I was like, "Well, I mean, I told the guy we wouldn't have it, and he's not here." But
yeah.
And that dude is a freaking great dude.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I'd never been around, and I wasn't prepared for that situation when it happened because I'd never actually heard
somebody say it to somebody else.
And it shocked me.
Yeah.
And I was like, "What, dude? Why?"
Because
that's one of the nicest dudes you'll ever meet.
Oh yeah.
And I remember having that, and that was well before I was ready to have that conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like, 'cause it just shocked me because we were all in a work situation and at a nighttime, and I just thought, man. So we removed the problem, but now looking back at it, I mean this is what they probably face
all the time.
But and there's always that. Well, why do you hear it in rap music? And they say it. If they don't want it, then don't say it every time you address. Like when I say, "Hey man, what's up?"
Yeah.
And it's it's something. It's a cultural thing, and it's a different cultural thing. You don't understand different cultures. I don't understand Chinese culture. I don't understand.
Yeah, and I think that's the big part of it is that it's part of a culture that you just don't understand. You can play on the edges, but you dive into the middle of it, and you're going to be over your head.
Yeah, I just hate when people watch news things,
and then all of a sudden they're the expert on it.
Yeah, and it's just, but they try to spin you a different direction.
Oh yeah,
that's what I'm saying. If everybody would just turn off the news, and just treat your person
treat the other person as a person. That's what that's the part that I'd always been told. I'd always been told they're just another person. Okay, then let's treat them as another person.
Yeah, I agree. I don't have a
little bit of humanity. And that guy was that cop's asshole. And his record shows he's an asshole now. He's a murderer.
And I'm not. Yeah, and I tell you what, this is a really good thing that I screenshot the other day. Just in case we had this conversation. The
complicity of the other officers was what was very weird. The complicity of
just to sit there
and let somebody beg for a breath of air and then to not do anything about it other than go, "Hey, maybe you shouldn't do that." No, he's fine. Oh, okay.
Yeah. This really Craig Copus posted this. It was a shared post.
Yeah.
It's a picture of Denzel Washington. I don't know if Denzel is originally the one that quoted this or what, but it's his picture on it. It says, "This is how you stop racism." And it says, "An innocent black man was murdered by a corrupt white cop, but it has a red marker through the word black and white, which it reads, an innocent man was murdered by a corrupt cop."
Right.
And that's the way we should all look at it.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be a racial thing. Unfortunately, it is,
Mm-hmm.
and it will be. But I've met cops who I thought, God, like, were you bullied in school? Like,
and there's some that have been.
Yeah, right. But you get these guys, and no offense, I mean, but I know people are touchy about the military, but how many guys have you met that come out of the military who are grade A jackasses and grade A dickheads because they, and and I'm not saying, I'm not trying to go there,
Right.
but I mean, they're just human beings. They just have a different job title, and maybe they have that entitlement because they did fight for our country.
Well, that's a very hard job too.
It is. But I have a first cousin who did several tours overseas, and he came back, and he's as cool and as laid back and gentle giant as ever been. One of my best friends of my entire life just got out of the Marines, and he's not he doesn't act like that.
Right.
It's the person you are.
Right.
It's not the uniform
There's
have
good,
on.
There's good and there's bad everywhere, and to lump everybody in with, a small minority of the group is unfortunate, and that's also what.
And that's what they're going through.
Yeah,
that's what they feel like as black people. They're going through.
That's what's happening to them
because they're getting profiled every time they walk out in a dangerous community, especially. Or
that's what's happening to them, and now that's what's happening to the police. And it's obviously two different things, but But anyway,
that right there is how I've always. Now I'll tell you a prime example, and it's funny because my friend Jerry, who I didn't know I'd done this, right? I didn't know that I lived by this statement long before I did, just because I was raised that way. I wasn't raised to be an asshole about, well, I was an asshole, but I wasn't a racist asshole. But I was talking about a guy, and I'm going to say his name is Bobby. His name's not Bobby, but my friend Jerry would always talk about him, and I'm like, "Oh, Bobby, I got to go work with Bobby. Yeah, Bobby's managing tonight while I'm managing. Bobby manages during the day." And then I talk about him a lot, and Jerry finally was like, I had a picture, and he's like, "Who's that?" I was like, it's Bobby and his wife." Man, you ain't telling me Bobby was a brother. And I said, he goes, "Man, that's what I like about you." He said, "Man, we've been talking about this dude forever." And he said, "Most people say, my
black friend,
black, Black Bobby, or not Black Bobby, but Bobby, black guy."
Yeah.
He's like, "I've never heard you one time in our friendship say that, or just make it specific about that." And I'm proud of myself for doing it. I guess I was raised right in that aspect, but I don't have use for that, but I also don't have use for ignorance on the other side.
Right.
Des Bryant, Mike Tyson, and another African American athlete tried to tweet some sense, like they were defending cops, white people. And it really bothered me to see the comments that black people were giving those guys for taking up for white people. So there's a lot of effed up situations on both sides.
Yeah,
but I mean, hopefully, that's there's got to be awareness to it, and hopefully it can start somewhere.
There's got to be awareness to it, and then the other thing that it's so unfortunate that the protests were hijacked by looters and rioters and things like that. It's so unfortunate because protests are part of the Constitution. You have a right to peacefully assemble, and changes come through people protesting and saying that we do not like this. We've got to do something about it. Everybody look at us. That. So it's just unfortunate that it's not just unfortunate. It's so I don't know. That's just the word that I know how to use, but it's just so unfortunate that shit like that'll happen. Is that you got idiots that'll start take advantage of a situation and say, "All right, there's a bunch of us together. They'll never know who I am. I'm gonna beat the windows out of that place. I'm gonna steal that fucking bag that I've been looking at." There's just that's not what the protest is about. You're hijacking the message because the media is going to glom on to the fact that that's happening during the protest, and it's going to take away from the message of what the protest is actually doing. But that's the way it's always happened. You've always had idiots in the middle of stuff like that to take advantage of a situation. When the protests and marches have always been something that was used to affect change. So
the Confederate thing that keeps coming up. I don't know that we need to take every statue down. I don't know that.
Yeah, I don't know I don't know we need to take every statue down, but I also don't know that we need to. I don't know that we need to ban. I don't know that we need to ban flags from all over the place.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know why we have those flags flying all over the damn place.
Well, yeah. I mean,
again, my nostalgia thing. I don't have the nostalgia, so I don't.
No.
I don't know.
Somebody asked me before if I ever owned a flag, and I said no. But I think I was thinking about a rebel flag.
Yeah.
But I had that one Hank Jr. one when we were like in high school and college. But I only had it because it was Hank Jr.
Right.
I guess I've never hit that nostalgia for Southern. I mean,
Yeah.
we're all from the South. Listen to us talk for 5 minutes. We're from the South. I don't need a rebel flag.
And I'm sure I've had one. I'm sure I had one when I was younger. I'm sure I did.
Yeah.
But again, as you got older, you go,
maybe not a good look.
Well, maybe just not a good look. Also, what am I saying here? What am I proud of about that? Because I wasn't born under that.
Yeah, and I didn't know. I don't know. I honestly didn't know when I wasn't educated enough about it when I had the Hank Jr. flag. Because I loved Hank Williams Jr.
Right.
I didn't know a damn thing. It was even a racial.
Yeah, right.
I didn't. I swear to God.
At that point in time,
no idea.
Yeah, and I don't know.
I'm still pissed. No, listen here. I will say this till ever. I'm still pissed off that the Dukes of Hazzard are not on television because they drove a rebel flag car.
Yeah.
That was the goofiest, most lighthearted television show in the 70s and 80s that had no even hint or trace of racism.
Right.
It was two country boys peddling moonshine. Hey, if there's anything about it that should be protested, it's because it's got evil cops.
Speaking of stupid things to get mad about is Paw Patrol. There's a petition going around to get rid of Chase off of Paw Patrol.
Okay, so I don't know if that's real or not because I even posted.
I hope it's not real.
I even posted on Facebook and I was like, all right.
That's idiot.
I said, I'm at a loss for words when I can't wrap my mind around how big of idiots people are. I said, they're cartoon dogs.
Yeah.
They're cartoon dogs.
They're speaking cartoon dogs with a child who apparently is a multi-billionaire.
Yeah.
Somehow can make them flying cars and shit. And you're going to be mad that one's a cop. You're going to be mad he wears a police costume to drive around and bark into his megaphone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I don't get. Of course, we speak our minds here a little bit, but we're trying to be open minded for everything. Just so
yeah.
I do, man. I just want to be treated. I mean, I've. Yeah, but god dang, if you're talking about Paw Patrol and that's a real thing.
Yeah, if that's real, man, y'all whoever that is, some idiots.
Yeah, and it's something. I
guarantee you, they're white saying that.
Yeah, I think some of the craziest ones that's been talking crazy is white people.
Oh yeah. I think history will look back on. Well, never mind. It ain't gonna matter.
I just be good.
That was a lot more. That was a lot more talking about it than what I thought we were going to do.
I didn't mean.
Or I would have put my thoughts together more eloquently on what my thoughts were on.
Yeah, I didn't mean to.
But everybody have some fucking humanity. That would be the start, right?
Yeah.
How about just acting like the other person's a human and not standing on their neck for 8 minutes and 46 seconds?
I seen a great quote from a college football coach. I'm sorry, like I said, I'm like you. I didn't think we'd talk about it, so I didn't have it referenced. But I did screenshot that one.
Mm-hmm.
But the other one's like, we cheer for these guys on Saturdays. We want them to score touchdowns. We're going to high five and hug when they score touchdowns or do this or that or hit a 3-pointer. But do we want them to date our daughters? And he was saying, if you're going to love them on Saturdays, you better love them the other 6 days. If they're good enough for you on Saturdays. And that's funny because that's true.
Yeah, sometimes it is. Right?
I mean, with some people, it is.
There's somebody, I don't remember who it was now, but I remember they said they saw a really funny sign at one of the protests. It said, your daughter loves every inch of us. Why can't you?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
That's funny shit.
That's funny.
That is funny.
That's funny.
If you're a white person that's racist, stop it. If you're a black person that's hating white people or cops because
Stop
you think
it.
they're all the same, just stop too. I mean, everybody. I just wish everybody, not to be corny or it's like a cop out, but damn, just get along.
Yeah.
Like you said, just treat people.
With
people
some
good.
humanity.
Ain't that hard?
Give somebody a hug.
But now, you idiots that are wearing masks in your cars, I've had about enough of y'all.
If you're a grown ass man, wearing a mask in your car, and you're not 80 years old or 70 or 80 years old, hey, you need to go get you some of these camouflage Crocs and just walk on out of here.
You gonna get off the Crocs, man.
Hey,
We're gonna lose listeners.
I don't give a damn about it. You're gonna be an 8 walking around foring it up in some Crocs. You can get the hell out of here. Look, I want you to see what Jeremy Mackey sent me this weekend or this week. Luke Combs Crocs Classics Real Tree Clogs size 12, $160 plus $10 shipping on eBay. I want you to look at this. You ever seen anything that damn ugly in your life? Real Tree Crocs with Luke Combs buttons all over.
No, that's bad.
$160.
That's bad.
That's bad. I just said, all I sent him was, GD, those are awful.
I was in Lowe's the other day. I didn't see Crocs.
I said, it's hard to be stupid, Mackie.
God, those are the worst.
$160 camouflage Crocs.
I went to the Dairy Burger the other Monday night, and like I was telling you about, and Laura, and why can I never think of that girl's name?
I don't.
The Purdue.
Yeah.
I know her name. God dang. Anyway, I said, here we are. Y'all both got your Crocs on.
Yeah.
Said, that's unfortunate. This is really unfortunate.
Yeah. You're going to be 8 forward up in some Crocs. Just.
You're going to be what?
I said, if you're going to be an 8, you just think I'm going to forward up in some Crocs tonight.
Yeah. Right. But I did see, first off, the weirdest amount of people I've ever seen in Lowe's. Like, there's some weird people go to Lowe's now. Used to, I just thought it was just people working on stuff.
Yeah.
I saw
everybody goes now.
I saw the horniest couple I've ever seen in my life. This girl couldn't get her man was just trying to look at some damn wood.
And so was she.
Yeah, and she was like all up on him, like just massaging his. I saw him get an actual back rub in aisle 37, and I'm just there thinking, I can barely get one of them at home after I've had a long day of work. This dude's getting one just
in Lowe's,
just randomly $345 on a Friday, in the plywood aisle, and she just kisses on it, like kissed his shoulder, and just like put her head down, like just. I want to throw that roll of insulation I was holding. I just want to throw it over and hit her. Just nail her with it.
Quit loving him.
Stop it.
Quit loving your man.
What are you, 14?
Quit being affectionate.
Yeah, go up here to the America's Greatest Value Inn. Get a room. Idiot. Have a kid. Have a kid and see if you want to be all over each other like that.
I was literally thinking, I guarantee you they ain't got a kid.
Yeah, they can't.
They ain't got one at home.
They can't. Because then I see.
Because if you had, Dad turn around and say, "Just stop." You know what happened last time? Look in the cart. You know what happened last time we started like that?
I saw a woman with a full face shield.
Oh yeah,
like full face shield. Like he should have had windshield wipers or something on it. And I just was like, this idiot right here. Then
you should have went up and sneezed on it and said, "Well, your salad guard works because you made a salad bar."
Then I run into the rudest woman in history of rude when I left there. I pushed my buggy back up to the table, or to the table. What the hell? I don't know, to the front. And as I'm leaving, I get a text, and I'm looking. I'm kind of trying to text back, but I've got my head down, walk through the parking lot. And I'm about running into this lady, and I'm like, "Excuse me."
My bad.
She said, "Excuse me," back. I thought we were good. And I said, if I get off my phone like a teenager walking through the parking lot, we'd be that, it'd help us a lot. She goes, "Yeah, that's right." Bitch.
If she hadn't have agreed with you, would it have made it better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't agree with me.
Don't agree with me, bitch. Just say, no, it's fine.
Just like you said, have a little humanity. Yeah, I mean, it ain't like we never even touched. When we were a good foot apart still, like I wasn't that close to her, and I said, "Excuse me." She said, "Excuse me." And then I said, "I'm sorry if I got off my phone like a teenager." Yeah, that's right.
Just laugh on it.
Just laugh it off.
That whole social
fine.
distancing thing. everybody should come to Jiu Jitsu with me, or as my little boy calls it, Juju with me. Come to Juju with me one night.
Juju on that beat.
You just all that worry about being close to somebody, it's gone.
Yeah.
I got sweat in my mouth from somebody else the other night. I thought we're just completely done with social distancing right here.
Sad thing, a man's got to go to jiu-jitsu to get another person's sweat in your mouth. Huh?
Yeah. Right. Don't leave me hanging.
My bad. I was looking.
Yeah. The guy said, y'all are all adults. You know what this is. If you're coming back to jiu-jitsu, you know what you're getting into. 15 minutes later, you've got another grown-ass man in the most homoerotic position you've ever seen in your life. He's got your legs pinned back, and you're going,
all right.
Choke me? Choke me. Okay, just choke me.
Sorry, Lucas. I knew you're into that.
I didn't either. I didn't know I was either.
Till now.
But unfortunately, I am.
I got to give Cowboy Kevin Burchett. He's a DJ in Cookville.
Yeah,
and what's part of it, one of his jobs. He come out and hung out with me and Chris and Brad Rains the other night, and he said the best quote maybe I've heard about the quarantine. He said, "I've had enough of it, boys. I've been all over this world." He said, it ain't shit. It's a flu. It's a flu. These people, the world has lost its damn mind. He said, "I swear to God, if I see one more person wearing a fucking mask while they're driving their car, going down the road, I'm going to ask them, hey, you dumb son of a bitch, do you put on a condom to go to bed just in case you get laid in the middle of the night?" And I said, I'm stealing that, Kevin. And I was going to steal it, but I'm being humane here, and I'm going to give him credit for the quote. So think about that. Do you? Have you ever put on a condom just in case you happen to have sex in the middle of the night? No. So therefore, I ain't putting them.
Never worried about it. Don't wear a mask either, though, but yeah. I wasn't worried about the other one.
No, I don't have. I've never, I guess, call me insensitive or ignorant to the fact, but I've not been worried about this corona stuff ever.
Mm-mm.
Ever.
You know what we probably ought to do?
Go home.
Let's probably go home.
How long have we been recording?
We're about an hour and 15 in. I think we're good. Unless you got something else. I think it's been pretty good so far.
Yeah. I did just want to read
I don't
something.
want to drag it out and fuck it up.
I don't either. Justin Stewart, I did promise him I'd read this. He put this tagged us on Facebook. While in conversation a few minutes ago, I stated that Kobe Bryant had passed away earlier this year, and it felt like an eternity since hearing that news, since we've been overwhelmed with tons of bad news since that day. Lightheartedly, I say that 2020 is the year of the Kobe curse. Like other sports curses, the curse of the Bambino, curse of the Billy Goat, etc. I was asked to explain the connection of the current events taking place, and I recalled seeing that George Floyd's daughter's name was Gianna, the same as Kobe's daughter, Gigi. The coronavirus, after jokingly looking for a Kobe Bryant Corona beer ad, I came across an article from the Associated Press that Kobe and Gianna had been laid to rest in Corona del Mar Cemetery in California. Upon finding this, I was asked to explain the murder hornets. And I figured my theory ended there, but man, was I wrong. Kobe Bryant was selected in the first round with the 13th pick by none other than the Charlotte Hornets.
7 degrees of separation.
He said, what I started as something I thought was BSing. I stumbled across all of this. I know nothing is connected, but it's very odd. So
yeah, that is on.
That's pretty odd stuff.
But boy, it does feel like it was a whole lifetime ago.
It's been a really bad year.
2020 is the year just shit come apart. Yellowstone was having earthquakes the other day. That's not good. That big caldera erupts. It's going to wipe us all out.
It's been a good run. I mean,
it's been a good run. Hey, it was fun. It was fun. We screwed it all up right here at the end, but the rapture's coming, so we'll go one place or another right here in just a few days.
Well, I know. I've met Shaq in my lifetime, that
was good.
So that's really when they say I can die now.
Mm-hmm.
Hey man, I'm ready. I met Shaq.
He can die a happy man now.
I met the main event of Bash at the Beach, 1994, live from Orlando. I met Shaq and Hulk Hogan and Ric Flair. I met the whole main event.
The whole main event.
Shout out to Thad, Ryan Earl, and David, rocking those One Lane Road podcast shirts.
Good.
I just texted Thad and I said, hey man, when y'all get those shirts, I shipped out about 7 orders. Which Cucumber said, hey, Alyssa, love the Q. I put Joshua Q. Kennedy on his envelope. So thank you to people, the Hammers, Jeremy and Leslie, Chad Flatt, PJ Hetty, Thad and his buddies, Cucumber, Chucky Smith,
Chuck.
and damn, I know I'm forgetting somebody. I mailed 7 the other day. I'm sorry. Hammers, PJ Hetty, Cucumber, Chucky, Thad. Yeah, I just got 5 that time. Chad Flat. Maybe that's anyway. So thank y'all for everybody that ordered. But yeah, I told Thad, I was like, when you get them, I said I've got 3 shirts in one package. I said go ahead and put those on and send me a picture, and I'll post it on our social media. He's like, I can't believe I talked their asses into it. But yeah, they all posted a picture looking like the NWO. Ryan Earl, Big Kevin Nash, the enforcer. You got David with that long beard, charisma, machismo flowing out like Razor Ramon. Then you got the leader, Hollywood Thadrick there.
Hollywood Thad.
Pretty good picture of him. It's a lot of facial hair and a lot of.
Where's
cool
your beard,
hair.
Thad? That's all I want to know. Where's your beard, buddy?
Yeah, you're gonna hang out with those boys, Thad. You gotta grow a beard.
Yeah, I see you got the starter one there, but you ain't there yet.
You ain't got that Bray Wyatt look.
You ain't got that. I've got so damn much beard. I'm gonna wear some jorts.
Yeah, and that don't even look bad. Ryan Earl's wearing the shit out of them jorts. Don't even. Look
I was
bad.
just thinking, he's wearing the shit out of his look right there. I ain't mad at it at all.
No, not at all. Hey, those boys cooler than the fan. Now I've met them. I've only met David like once, but Ryan Earl's,
I guarantee you, the guy on all the way to the right ride shit out of a motorcycle.
He worked on. He's the guy that's wanting to come down and interview. We've been trying to get him down here.
I guarantee you, he rides shit out of a motorcycle.
Yeah, I'm sure. He worked on He worked on Jackass years ago. He done something on set of Jackass.
I reckon.
So he's gonna be a guest one day.
And dude in the middle, he's a Viking. I guarantee you. He can pilot a boat and swing an axe.
He came to Thad's wedding just fancier and shit. He was dressed up. And
I bet he'd throw the shit out of an axe.
Maybe
wear a hat with horns on it.
I said
get on a boat and cross an ocean in some cold ass water.
He looks good in our shirt.
Yeah,
that's all I know.
Looks like a Viking.
I've got a Viking and a One Lane Road podcast shirt. Yeah. I'd like to encourage everybody to post those pictures. I know it's kind of sounds
post
silly.
The shit out of them.
But I mean, Chris Raines does it. Chris Raines was asking for people to post, like I said, pictures of the shirts. Yeah. It means a lot to us, really.
Really.
If you take enough time to spend the $20 to buy the shirt.
Here's the thing. I am so uncomfortable when I see somebody else wearing our shirt in public because I don't know what to say. It's kind of surreal, and I don't know if I believe it sometimes, So it's cool to see pictures of people wearing them because it makes me very uncomfortable to see somebody face to face that has one on because I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say about it.
You should say, "Hey, I'm Lucas. I'm the guy. I'm the Lucas on that shirt."
If they don't know who I am, I'm probably not going to tell them because I don't know how to have the conversation. Hey, I'm the Lucas. Hey.
Okay.
And then crickets, because I don't know what to say about it.
Because they'll say, "Oh man, I actually got this off the rack of Goodwill."
This
don't really know the show.
Oh, is this still on?
Yeah, I got this in 2017.
I thought this was a throwback.
Shit, this is vintage. I got it at a vintage shop in Cookville.
My bad.
Yeah, I actually don't know Lucas or DK.
I don't know who that is.
I don't listen to podcasts much.
I don't know what a podcast is.
It's a cool shirt, though. Oh, cool shirt.
Last thing, I got catcalled in Cookville the other day.
Awesome.
First time I've been catcalled in a long time.
What do you mean?
Woo! Oh, yeah. Hey, baby.
Oh, okay, yeah. Who was it?
It's a woman.
Hey.
It's an old woman.
Oh.
Pretty old.
Like Sophia from the Golden Girls old.
I would imagine that it was probably the first time she's ever catcalled anybody. Oh. And if anybody doesn't know the demographic of a lady that is interested in Hickman, it's Kara and 60 plus. Kara's interested in me, and then ladies that are from 60 to 100 are interested in Lucas Hickman. And
they got a good security.
Yeah, right. Social Security is kicked in. They're already retired. That's my demographic. Now, this woman was firmly in her retirement, I would imagine.
Yeah.
And was in her car passing me and gives me a woo. And I thought, that wasn't at me. I had my window down. I was in Cookville. It wasn't at me. You know, I didn't get the from the car beside of me until I got to the light, and I got the her pointing at me, waving, going woo. I said, hey, honey, how you doing? I gave her the old. I gave her one of those because I thought, this is so weird. This is never going to happen again.
You flexed on her.
I flexed on her just in case. And she smiled and woo and drove off. I thought, first time I got catcalled ever, she's north of 65.
Did y'all meet at the next red light like the Wheelie King?
I pulled into a different road so that it didn't happen again because I messed up one time and just assumed it wasn't me. Second time I got caught at the light with her, I made a right and then another left, and then another right so that I could get back into the correct road and not have to be in the same situation
I ain't
again.
never heard a man trying to avoid some.
I did. I avoided it.
I can't say the word I was wanting to say, but
I went 2 streets over so that I didn't have to get to the next stoplight with her again.
you could have retired. Probably.
She was retired. That's my demographic. That's my demographic. In case anybody was wondering.
That's cool when you're younger.
Yeah, it would have been. It
Like
would
when
have.
you're 12.
You know, when we were,
She would have been 35.
let's just take that one step further.
45.
If we went back 15 years, she would have still at least had a job, might possibly, been 50. And you can see some 50-year-olds that are quite attractive. What I was not.
She wasn't at all attractive.
Well, 15 years ago, I bet she really, really was.
Well,
I'm just not attracted to Sophia from the Golden Girl.
but think about how spunky. If she's that spunky,
She was very spunky. She was very spunky.
or high on meth.
That's the other problem that I thought could have been occurring because there's not too many 60-plus-year-olds that give you the woo.
I don't know. I feel like those are the horniest.
Oh, it was very obvious that she was having a very good time at that point in time and was willing to have a good time the rest of the evening.
Oh yeah.
Between now and 7:30 tonight, whenever it's time to go to sleep, there could be some situations happening. But I was,
yeah. But not saying you're a prideful man, like an egotistical standpoint, but I know you've had some sex in your life. You ever broke anybody's hip?
No.
No. Now we're
You know what?
Now you rethinking the situation.
You know what? You know what's really weird? I thought I could break that woman's hip.
Yeah. So have you ever done that in your life?
No, I ain't never done it. I ain't never done it. I've never even been in the situation where I thought I might break a hip here.
You dated some girls. Got married, had kids. You ever broke anybody's hip? No.
Never broken hip.
No. So have you really lived? That's what you got to ask yourself.
Never really lived.
As you turned down the third road trying to get away from the cougar, she said, she ain't ever broke nobody's hip.
Right.
So,
Right.
now where you at?
Yeah.
Rethinking it?
No.
Okay.
No.
Shit.
No.
That's why I got out of sales.
Yep. All right.
Hopefully we don't see you guys and talk to you guys in another 2 weeks. That's been the trend here lately. So.
It takes us about 2 weeks getting content right now. So
that's not a lie.
That's not a lie.
I mean, everything that's halfway remotely funny that happens in my life that I think is funny or worth talking about.
We write it down. We hold it until there's enough of it to be interesting. All right, everybody. We're going to get out of here.
What didn't make the cut this week, and we might talk about if we're going to remove racial things, I want Cracker Barrel gone for us white people.
Uh-huh.
And Jeremy Mackey wants a tiger, and we'll talk about that soon.
If anybody needs one, Sam.
Kevin Burchett said at the Exotic Sales he's going to get Jeremy Mackey a tiger. So
Tiger Prince.
More on that soon.
All right, everybody. We love you.